Okay. Hey there, hiking friends, it's Kelly again. Today is Monday, February 8th, 2021, and I'm checking in from just outside of Cayucos, California at the Whale Rock Reservoir. So I was going to head down to Estero Bluffs today, and then I remembered there's a trailhead right here by the reservoir. I just couldn't remember the name of it or where exactly it was, but I found it as I was driving down Old Creek Road. Anyway, let's check it out. So I've been down Old Creek Road just one other time a few years back when I came down to visit my friend Mike Taylor when he was in town for Thanksgiving weekend, and I guess I used the GPS or whatever, and it told me to go down Old Creek Road because it was a quicker way to get down to downtown Cayucos. And I drove right past this reservoir, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice looking reservoir, you know. I wasn't into hiking back then, I never thought about it. But then as I drove past this thing just now, I'm like, holy shit, this reservoir is way bigger than I remembered. I thought it was just like a little catch pond. Like, no, this is a full-blown lake. And I guess it's drinking water, so you can't swim in it. I guess this is obviously a mountain bike friendly trail. I just saw a family of like 4 people on bicycles up ahead. I'm gonna be crossing their paths in about a minute here.
Like you can basically do it.
A whole bunch of kids. I didn't see any adults. The adults are lagging behind, or they just turned them loose. That's faith. Sure, kids, go take a lap around the lake. We'll be right here. So I just talked to 2 female hikers with a dog, and the lady said this trail does not go all the way around the lake. It just goes up here a little ways to a hill, and then there's a picnic table, and that's the end. So I guess this is an out and back trail. I was prepared to go all the way around the lake, but I guess it's not in the cards. Oh well. It is a shitter. I saw these little shacks and like, are those shitters? It's awful nice of them to provide a shitter every quarter mile or so. So obviously it's drinking water, so there ain't no swimming, but they probably allow fishing. I'm saying, if you're not here for, you know, a hike or a picnic, what else would you do here? I guess you probably, you know, throw a line in and try and catch some fish. So I haven't seen any yet, but doesn't mean that's not plausible. Whew. So I passed this shit coming along the road here earlier. I had a hunch this trailer was going to end up here. So it looks like at one point this was a place to park and get a bunch of fish and tackle here to go down and go fishing. But it looks like it's been abandoned for quite some time. don't know why. Maybe the water got too polluted from people being around it. Yeah, so we got a fish cleaning station here. Place to gut and fillet your fish. A stainless steel counter with faucets. Wash all the guts down the drain. I mean, there was a fork in the trail before I started heading up the hill. It goes further along the rim of the lake. I don't know how far that goes. I asked the woman, she said, yeah, it goes uphill and there's a picnic table. Well, I saw the picnic table towards the bottom. I went up the hill and I ended up here. I guess I'm gonna head back down and sit at the picnic table for a minute and take a rest. Figure out where to go from there. Nice view though, huh? So the woman also mentioned that there's an upper trail that's popular with the mountain bikers. But she said if you go on there, look out, because they come speeding down and they could run you over. So I was watching those two mountain bikers that went past me as they went up this thing. I'm pretty sure this does a little short loop just around the bend and heads right back down into the same trail where I came from. I've come this far, I might as well complete the loop. I gotta come back here on a bike. That's one of my goals for 2021, is get me a goddamn bike. But not just any bike. I want a badass mountain bike. One of those ones that folds in half. I forget the name of it, but I've seen it. It looks really cool, but it's like fucking like $2,000 for that thing. Fuck. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this was some straight up theater seating to have a nice view of the sunset. Look at this. Fucking straight up natural theater seating here. I'm not going to stick around for it, but I'm sure this is a fucking bitchin' place to watch the sunset. We're heading straight west here. This is really cool. I wonder if the Parks Department did this or some other people did it. But these rocks, you know, unless they were laying around here, somebody had to bring these things up here, and that was a chore. Ah, what a day. Alright, so I just went through a hole in a barbed wire fence here. If this trail doesn't start to loop around in the next few hundred yards, I'm turning around. I turned left at that fork in the trail and it started heading back up the hill. I didn't want to go all the way around this shit. Thought I could cut over. But no, so I'm fucking trailblazing, bitch. Sue me. I'm back on the main access road here. Should be about 1.75 miles or so back to where I started from. And back to the trailhead. So I ended up doing about 5.5 miles, but that's because I veered off of the path that goes along the rim of the lake up into the bike path there. So basically there's two trails. The lower path is just a service access road that goes along the lake. There's lots of benches and picnic tables to sit on every here so often, and there's an outhouse every few hundred yards if you have to go. And then the upper trail is basically a big long mountain bike track. I talked to one of the cyclists. He said that one of the members of the city council in Morro Bay is a big time mountain biker, and he came up here with a tractor a few years ago and just turned it into a track, which is really nice. All the more reason why I got to get myself a bike, and soon. But this is one of many trails that I've explored in SLO County that are basically more suited for mountain bikes, including the Crespi Trail over in Los Osos and the Lemon Grove Trail in downtown SLO. So anyway, this is a really nice, peaceful place. If you want to do a little hike, do some fishing, ride your mountain bike, picnic, whatever, it's a pretty good place. And they're asking for $2 for a service fee or whatever, you know, permit fee, but I don't think there's any way to enforce it. I didn't pay it. It said take a thing and get a receipt, but there was no way to get a receipt, so I'm not going to throw $2 in there without, you know, any way to show that, yeah, I paid the $2. Duh. So anyway, that's it. This is Kelly signing off from Cayucos, California, and remember, as always, keep hiking.